If you have 250k followers on Instagram, but you don't have Twitter, you're missing out. You're missing out so bad. I don't know how the fuck do I tell you. Just go make a Twitter and convey all of that followings to your Twitter. Just please, for God's sake. Hey, before I start the video, I saw my analytics and it says more than half of my viewers that watch my videos is not subscribed. So if you haven't yet, please do click on that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything and you can always unsubscribe on the later date. Thank you so much. Enjoy the video. Hey everyone, it's Chuck back at it again with another ranting video. I'm actually not gonna rant. Actually I am. Whatever. So what I'm going to talk about today was regarding the social media for artists. So as most of artists know, Lightbox Online happens like a few days ago. By the time I upload this, probably a few weeks ago. And on that event, there was like a lot of informative talks and whatnot, and there is this one particular talks that caught my attention, which is social media for artists. So I jumped into the talk and I listened to them, and I really recommend you guys to check out the original discussion. I will link in the description below if I remember. Most of the time I don't, but hopefully I am because the video is really fucking good. You guys should check if you're an artist, and if you guys struggling when it comes to social media and whatnot, you guys should check on that particular discussion. What I want to talk about is not about that video. What I want to talk about is my opinions on social media as an artist, right? I don't know how it works for any other public figure, for example, like models or musician. I don't know how it works, but I can say 90% of the time I know how it works for artists. Because I am an artist myself and I am a friend to a lot of other artists. No matter they work in a studio, they work as a freelancer, they work as a full-time streamer or a public figure. I work with a lot of artists, right? I'm friend with a lot of artists, and sometimes I work with them, I collab with them, and we have pretty much the same conversation over and over again. And this particular video specifically is for the new artists that really want to grow their social media. Not really how to grow the social media, but specifically which social media to choose to focus on. That's what I want to say about it, because I don't know how the fuck to grow social media. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's most of the time, and just, along the way you will learn how to grow your social media. And I also have a very comprehensive note that I get from the talk that happens in Lightbox. One of the panel give a link to the thing that she have gathered to actually teach you exactly how to grow your social media and whatnot. So click that link. Don't ask me how to grow social media. I don't know shit about it. But what I want to talk about today is which social media you want to choose as an artist. So first and foremost, out of the gate, I want to say, if you want to grow your social media, if you want to focus on a social media, go for Twitter. Do not go for Instagram. It's fine to have an Instagram, don't get me wrong. You can have Instagram all day long. Do not worry about it. In fact, I really recommend you to have more than one social media to focus on. For example, Twitter, Instagram, ArtStation, everything, right? I will explain everything about all this shit, what it does, and which one is kind of make the most out of the platform. So first off, get a Twitter. If you have an Instagram, please, for God's sake, make a Twitter, alright? Please have a Twitter account. I know Twitter is successful. It can go both ways any time of the day, and most of the time it is a degenerate talk about shit. But just believe in me, okay? Listen to this. I have an Instagram for quite a while, longer than I have a Twitter. Or actually, I have both in the same kind of way, same kind of time, but I focus more on Instagram longer than Twitter. So I have relatively more following on Instagram. I would say by this time, it is more than twice as big as my Twitter. I mean, my Instagram is more than twice as big as my Twitter in terms of following and likes and that basic engagement, right? But I'll say this, most of my commission coming from Twitter, even though I have a special promotion. For example, I did that last time. I don't want to talk about it in this video. That's a whole conversation for another video of why I did that, but let's just say I made a special promotion and it's hella cheap, right? Special promotion, come on. I know you all want cheap art. I know, don't lie to me. So we have special promotion. I put it on my Twitter. Instantly, I got a lot of people queuing up and just be like, yo, I want a slot. And what's the best about it is 90% of the time, because they really want to, people on Twitter, like people that actually into art, that been dwelling in this Twitter space, are really wholesome. They are really fucking supportive, and 90% or even 95% of the time, those who commission me around this promotion price, right, pay me even more than my regular fucking price. They tip so much. As long as you give them good experience, you know, as a client, they feel very good about it, they feel very satisfied about it, and they will tip you. And most of the time, 95% of the time, people that commission me from Twitter tip me as much as almost even more than my regular prices. It was fucking insane. I didn't expect that. And then after that, I kind of wanna, you know, I feel like, you know what, I want to do some experiments. So I do the same fucking promotion on Instagram. I post it in my stories and say, hey, I have this special promotion. It's a very crazy prices, you know, and it is very limited. And you know what? One day passed, no one ever DM me to get a commission, even though it's that fucking cheap, right? Even though I have more than twice as much followers on my Instagram, and even more engagement when it comes to likes, at least even more engagement on that sense. But it doesn't give me that feedback back. It doesn't give me the monetization, you know. People don't go commission artists on Instagram unless you're like 250,000 followers or something. But here it is, if you have 250,000 following on Twitter instead, you'll be fucking massive. You can just put a Patreon up and you don't even have to take any commission. You'll be rich as fuck. People will sub to your Patreon. People will watch your stream if you do stream. People will support you on Coffee or whatever site that you have, so people can support you monthly or something like that, like subscription based, right? You don't even have to take fucking commission if you're that big on Twitter. But on Instagram, you have to constantly advertising your stuff and just be like, hey, I do have Patreon, you know, but if you want to commission me, this is my rate and shit. And sure enough, if you're that big, people will commission you. But you know what, you can see the difference now, right, between the Twitter and Instagram. So if you're a new artist and you want to create, or you want to focus on let's roll back a little bit. If you're an artist, I recommend you to have as much social media as you can to post your art and shit. Have Instagram, Twitter and whatnot, all of them, art stations. But I would say focus more on your Twitter. Get the best out of the engagement on Twitter, because on Twitter it is very easy to have conversation with real people, or just have a conversation, right? On Instagram, they have this bots problem. Sometimes your following is not even true. Sometimes it's a bot and shit. And that's why every so often you see like 50 people unfollow you during the day or whatnot, during one day and stuff like that. It's because Instagram were cleaning up these bots and whatnot. So there's no real engagement there. That's one. And two, because it is much more easier for you to keep track your conversation on Twitter rather than on Instagram. I don't know how it works. Like, because the thing is, on Twitter, if people engage on your, for example, if people comments on your tweet, it will push the post up on the timeline with the conversation with it. You can see like the preview of the threads, right? On Instagram, if you comments on that post, it's just there. If you get trending of that post, you can see the post. You can't really see the conversation that's going on there. And if you not get into like trending and whatnot, it's not really going to push your post up to the timeline or something like that, even if you have a lot of engagement on it, even if you have a lot of likes, even if you have a lot of comments on it. But on Twitter, every time people comment and whatnot, it will push the post up in your timeline. Every time you reply, it also will push it up, and at the same time it push those conversations, and then you can have a more genuine conversation, more genuine relationship between you and your clients or in your with your community. That's it. That's everything what I want to say. If you have 250k followers on Instagram but you don't have Twitter, you're missing out. You're missing out so bad. I don't know how the fuck do I tell you. Just go make a Twitter and convey all of that followings to your Twitter. Just please, for God's sake, you're missing out so much. And that's all what I want to say. If you find this video informative in any kind of way, please leave a like. But if you don't like it, if you feel like I'm just bullshitting and lying to you, just put a dislike. It's fine too. It's a good engagement still. Any engagement is better than no engagement at all. So yeah, leave a like, comment and subscribe. Dislike it if you want to dislike it. Yeah, I'll see you guys again on the next video. See ya.